I'm getting ready to take this door shoe off. And see, this is called a door shoe. See how it goes all the way, like a U shaped around the door. Some are like this, some are just an L shaped with nothing on the front side. But if yours hasn't come off for a while, you got to be kind of careful with that. And I'm going to have to be careful with that when I put it back on too, because the paint's going to be brand new and I don't want to scratch it, and I'll have to slide it on kind of towards the bottom and then lift up on it. And it's always attached on the surface with some screws, and so I'm going to have to take those off and then I'm going to have to be careful with it as I slip it down. Okay? And let's just see if I can't get this. And I'm going to be reinstalling this same one, so I got to be kind of careful with it. And I've already adjusted this from before, so I know it's going to slip off pretty good. But if you've never taken one of these off, they could have installed it before they painted the doors, and they could have installed it after they painted the doors, but didn't let the doors cure long enough for the paint, and it might be hard to slide off. And that's what I'm going to have to be careful with too. After I get done painting this door and put it back on the hinges and everything, I'm going to leave this door shoe off maybe 4 or 5 days to help have the paint cure before I slip this on there. You see what I mean? And I guess I could have used my battery operated drill too. You can use that too, but I'm not going to use my battery operated drill when I reinstall it. I'm going to do it by hand. I always like to do it by hand. Because that's really important when you install it. You want it shoved down tight to the threshold and everything. And this particular threshold had a crown in it slightly, and so it took me a while to get this adjusted, because of course Mommy, she wanted it adjusted exactly right so that it wouldn't so we wouldn't get any air coming in from underneath. Oh, she's got the door open. Okay. Well, I got it unscrewed. I want to carefully take it out of there without scratching the floor and all. Okay. There. I'm glad I got that off. And I saved all that. And we'll get that re-screwed on. I'll show you how to install this and get it adjusted and all that time after we get this door painted and reinstalled. Okay, I figured I'd show you how to take this door off with these self-closing hinges. Now, these self-closing hinges might be under pressure. If they are, it's best to take the pressure off of them first before you flop this over, because once you start undoing these screws, this thing's just going to want to spring back and it could bite you. Okay, so be careful with that. I've already got the spring-loaded tension off of there, and I'm gonna take my my knee pad. I'm gonna slip it underneath the door, probably about right here. Yeah. Take my putty knife. See if I got a putty knife to go underneath here, and maybe even a screwdriver. Maybe even a screwdriver. Kind of like that. Okay, that's going to keep it from moving around, from flopping down, and now it'll let me start taking these screws out of here at the top hinge and the bottom hinge. I'm going to do the bottom hinge first, I think. And I'll do the middle hinge last, remember? Because the middle hinge has the hinge pin in it. So see, this is just going to flop. I had some of the screws out of there. See, this is just acting as a regular hinge right now because I took the spring-loaded pressure off of it, and I knew I was going to be replacing it anyways. Okay, so I only had it attached with 2 screws, but generally you're going to have 4 screws up there. Okay, I should be okay here. It's gonna start sliding on me because it's only held by that. I can see that it's already pooched over a little bit, but that should be okay. Oh, my, okay. I say it should be okay. See, it's teeter-tottering a little bit. Just a little, so I gotta be careful. Because the last thing I want is somehow for that thing to come off and do some damage here. Okay, so let me see if I can't get you situated over here. Okay, so that's the hinge pin I've got to mess with. And see, this door's heavy, and it's just swiveled because I got the bottom hinge off and the top. I wasn't really looking forward to doing this door because of all this kind of stuff, but hey, you do what you got to do if you're working by yourself. And that's why lots of times I like to work by myself, so that you can see that if I can do it, you may not need any help after all. Okay, so I've just got this door kind of propped down here. See, I don't even have it on my screwdriver or my chisel or my putty knife anymore. All I got is right here. And once I take that pin off, I've got to kind of straddle this door, make sure it doesn't fall. Got my foot on the other side of it. Okay, I think it's going to be okay. Now I can grab it here, and all I have to do is swivel it and slide it off of that little hinge. See, like that. There, just like that. And like I say, this door is gonna be heavy. Oh. Oh. Whew. Now you see why I didn't want to take that door off with the door shoe on. Okay, because the door shoe could have slightly scratched my new floor. Okay, now I guess I could have taken off the door handle and stuff first, couldn't I have? I could have. I should have. I think I'll do it now while it's just sitting like this right here. Okay, so that'll be my next step. Taking the deadbolt off and the door handle.